When I needed to be satisfied, I played sport and it kept me out of trouble.
I wasn't really sad, but I wasn't living for the right reasons.
I was pregnant in school and it seemed like I was the only pregnant teen in school, and then, like, I would feel like everyone was looking down on me.
I mean, I wanted a lot of friends and stuff in middle school, and that was tough for me.
I think the purpose of Young Life is to introduce and explain the gospel to high school kids who could have never set foot in a church before or would have never had the chance to hear about the incredible gospel.
And Capernaum is a part of Young Life that is specifically designed for students and young adults with disabilities.
The purpose of Young Lives is that every teen mom and pregnant teen in Charlottesville would have the opportunity to hear about Jesus and how much God loves them, and to have an older woman involved in their lives to walk alongside them in the struggle of being a teen mom.
So I met Alan at Capernaum Club in January of 2013, and I knew this was a good place for me.
Well, my relationship with Josh is like we're brothers. I mean, we see each other all the time. We hang out. We always talk, like, every day.
I just felt like I would just kind of be alone, and then Meg and Julia and Rachel just all were like, hey, like, how are you? Like, they introduced themselves and it was really fun, and I just felt really welcome.
And then it was time where I was going to a point where, like, I was losing my father. She was there the whole time when he passed out, when we went to the funeral and everything. Like, everything my family was going through, she was there for me, and I really do appreciate it.
I built a relationship with Jillian just by seeing her throughout the year. She was very consistent, which always kind of confused me because she was so dedicated and didn't even know the Lord, but still kept coming around.
And I really built my relationship with Jerry around camp. That was the most experience in time I had hanging out with him and getting to know him truly for who he was and meeting him where he was at.
We have an amazing group of mentors. There's about a dozen other ladies that pour their lives into these high school girls.
Before Jillian met Christ, we were friends. I would always say hi to her when I saw her.
We would just hang out in general with a couple of friends, but it was very unintimate.
But he never got better, and then, like, it came to the point where me and my sister was like, where's Christ? Where's God? Like, I don't believe you. And we were like, I don't believe you in you anymore because you're not here to help me.
I like Capernaum because I kind of feel bad about people who have disabilities and disorders, and I have something like that, and I kind of feel like I'm an outcast, but in a way that Capernaum has brought me closer to God and other people like me.
Just realized, like, how broken I was, and it was like over the course of a couple days, like after hearing John's talks and then having the 20 minutes that we went and sat at night and just kind of prayed. And
Well, what stuck out to me about Jesus was that he created everything and he gave everyone life and he never sinned. And when I heard about him, when he walked across the water, it was just amazing.
And Jillian stands up and she points at me. She says, I need to talk to you. And so then we went and sat at the tiki torches, and she told me that she felt it. She loved seeing what those who followed Christ, what their lives looked like. She loved seeing their joy, and she finally felt that joy. And she was ready to commit her life to Christ, and I just remember being ecstatic, so excited for her, and yeah.
So Josh asked me if I wanted to accept Christ in my life, and I said yes, I want to accept Christ in my life and learn more about him.
So at the same time, I still have to believe in him and, like, trust him and commit my life back to him, because he's gonna help me for, like, my whole life. Can't do anything without him.
like kids need another chance in life, that they can have friends that are going have the same stuff, but they can have friends that are normal and that can help them to make friends and have relationships.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea.
There are thousands of people who walk through local high schools and middle schools and at UVA here in the Charlottesville area. Among them, you may find one of our 70 volunteer leaders. They go with the hopes of building a relationship. They walk through life with them to share with them the greatest news that they've ever heard about the love of Jesus. And we are seeing lives transformed.
My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Tomorrow brings, with each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace